Let's go to Cape Town now, where we find eNCA's RONALD. He's been out and about monitoring events around the city as the lockdown comes into effect this morning. RONALD, what are you seeing?
Good morning to you, Jane, from Cape Town, where Cape Townians and people from the Western Cape seem to have heeded the President's call to stay at home during the 21 days. As we come to you live here in Cape Town, behind us is one of the busiest intersections as you enter town from the N1. As you can see, not a lot of cars coming through from this road. It's usually a hive of activity this time. There's a lot of congestion, especially just after 6 o'clock. And my experience is just leaving my complex this morning, our security at the complex even questioned as to what I was doing leaving the complex at this time of the hour, given that a lockdown has started. And I had to explain to him that I was one of the people who have been deployed as an essential worker during this time. So people certainly not taking any chances. As I drove coming into work, saw a lot of flashing blue lights, a lot of police and law enforcement standing or parked just on that N2, and it just really tells you that the Western Cape certainly not taking any chances during this lockdown. We also saw a convoy of military vans and trucks driving past us a short while ago, and also an ambulance van also driving past us. So that also gave us a sense that people, or the law enforcement and the soldiers, are also being deployed to other areas of the Western Cape. We will certainly look into where those areas are. But I must also point out, Jane, that one of the disappointments really has been seeing a lot of homeless people still out on the streets, many of them cuddled in cardboards, trying to fend themselves from the cold, because it is quite cold and windy this morning here in the mother city.
All right, so certainly a different picture from what we're gleaning this morning from other parts of the country, including what I saw as well. I didn't see any police presence or military presence. They could be stationed elsewhere, and we're going to find out about that. I did want to ask you, though, about the homeless and those people who have really no place to go. What sort of plans are there for them to get some sort of accommodation and help during this period?
The Premier of the province, Alan Winde, also pointed out that they are buying into the President Cyril Ramaphosa's plans during this lockdown. They have also put in lots of money, given that this coronavirus pandemic is such on a large scale. Winde going on to say that they will put politics aside and also assist the President. They've also put in place some homes for the homeless to put them there. So we will be speaking to, of course, Alan Winde later on. He also mentioned that one of their drives during this period will be to invest in healthcare system. They feel that the hospitals must accommodate people with this virus, or people who might be infected with this virus. At the moment, we do know that the last count was 181 infections of the coronavirus here in the Western Cape, with 3 people admitted to hospital. So Alan Winde also saying that they are closely monitoring those who are doing the self-quarantine at home. They've put in a geographical information system and also a tool that will identify those or track those people with the virus. So the Western Cape certainly not taking any chances, but one of the concerns will definitely be in the townships, where there's a lot of informal settlements here in the Western Cape, a lot of people without housing, a lot of people without adequate sanitation. We saw protests during the week of people saying that a lot of them living in homes, saying that their waters have been disconnected by the city of Cape Town, and how are they expected to actually combat this virus and wash their hands, making sure that they are clean all the time. And also, having traveled to a lot of malls before lockdown, we also saw a lot of people, the panic buying, people in queues, not practicing social distancing. So it remains to be seen as to what extent this virus will have on them. But certainly there seems to be a plan for the homeless. But at the moment, we are seeing quite a number of people sleeping under bridges and close to even our workplace here at ETV here in Cape Town. So that is certainly cause for concern for now.
All right, Ronald, let's leave it there. We'll be checking in with you throughout the day.